Hi, welcome back to Tennis.com's report from the U.S. Open. I'm here, Peter Bodo, here with Nick Bollettieri. Nick, tomorrow, men's semifinals.
Yep.
Big day in tennis. Let's start with this sort of question mark one in terms of who is this guy? Mikhail Yuzny going up against Rafael Nadal.
Well, last night was a heck of a match that he played. He's a tough guy, and he's a warrior, not a soldier. Stands close to the baseline. He's an excellent counterpuncher, and he's ferocious. It doesn't go to the net very much, but he's playing against a guy by the name of Nadal. Nadal loves playing that way. And if you stay back at the baseline against this guy, you're going to come out behind. Also, when Yuzny hits good shots that normally would give a weak response, not against Nadal. So what happens then, Peter? He frustrates you. And he takes you out of the comfort zone to start overhitting and unforced errors. What's also interesting is the new serve of
Rafael
Nadal. What did he do? I think the word on the street is, I can't confirm this, is he played a little bit around with the grip, and he went from a Eastern backhand grip over to a weak Eastern continental. Now, when I travel with Boris, that's the grip that Boris used, but I mean, he's a big old dude, and he served magnificently. Well, evidently, the word on the street again is a few of these balls went in. So somebody said, can you explain it? And I think Nadal said, I don't want to say anything, it's working. What would happen in a big match? Because remember, when you change that grip towards an Eastern or a weak continental, you have less safety. However, if they go in, the ball comes at you and flies because it has no spin. Nadal has improved in everything. I saw Getz last night that I was wondering, was he on skates? I couldn't believe it. But what's discouraging to whoever he plays is that he not only gets the ball back, but he makes an offensive ball. What I like to bring out to everybody listening or seeing this program is the following. In his mind, there's no ball he cannot get. And that's the difference of the match. And I also believe a lot was taken out of Yuzny in that tough five-setter yesterday. So the edge goes to Rafael Nadal.
Now, on the other side, of course, you have the other half of what people persistently call the dream final, Federer versus Nadal. Federer is going in against Novak Djokovic. A lot of people are assuming a Federer-Nadal final. It seems to me, looking at the semis, that you might be looking at an even closer match when you're looking at Federer versus Djokovic.
Well, first of all, I don't believe that Federer is looking to the Nadal-Federer match. He's not that type of person. Federer gives respect to his coaching, to his family, to the sport, and to the opponents. Djokovic has been playing magnificently. His serve is back on track. Tomorrow's weather is supposed to be much nicer, a lot less wind supposedly. He has excellent ground strokes, stands close to the baseline, returns serve as well as anybody on tour, and he's not hesitant in coming in. What will happen here? We now take we take Roger Federer. Roger Federer, the past 2 or 3 weeks, is the old Roger Federer. He's coming out in the court knowing who he is, fully confident. What is amazing, or what would be amazing, if you could get his last matches 2 or 3 months ago and compare him today, how he starts returning and hitting the backhand. Chip, chip, chip at Wimbledon. Now over the ball. And then, by playing this way, he's still controlling play, gets a lot of deep strokes, and in return, he gets some weak returns. He's serving brilliantly. He's moving brilliantly. Djokovic must come in, Peter. I don't believe that Djokovic can beat Roger Federer from the baseline. Also, Novak, I call him Djokovic because I can pronounce it because I know the family well.
Well, that's never been your strong suit, but people forgive you that,
But that's
right?
okay. I also feel he has to hit big balls. Just keeping them in will never work. I think he's got to go down the line. We're supposed to go cross court. He's got to come in some. The edge goes to Roger Federer, but remember, Novak has nothing to lose because he hasn't done too well against Roger Federer to date. He has to go out there, take it to Roger to even make this match a close match.
Now, there is this developing narrative with Djokovic about him sort of, some people express some disappointment. They're saying, you know, the guy's starting to look like a perpetual semifinalist, quarterfinalist. We expected more. Is that fair or is that not fair?
That's unfair. And I'll tell you why it's unfair. That's the same as saying in basketball, well, you know, I expect more, you know, when my team plays this team. Well, that's Michael Jordan on the other team. Oh, I expect more when I ride that bicycle in the France Tour. Well, you're talking about Lance Armstrong. Then I expect more out of my golf. But Tiger Woods was there. Maybe not right now. But for 8-10 years, you're not going to do too well. So you must look at the competition. And if I was able to make the semifinals day in and day out and lose to, say, Federer or a Nadal and end up 2 or 3 in the world making about $8 or $10 million a year, would I feel bad? Yes, I would feel bad, but I probably would spread out all those dollars in the bed and I'd say, hey, ain't too bad, baby. But I believe that Novak has to play big and strong tomorrow night. But no matter how big and strong he plays, the edge still goes to Roger Federer.
Well, there you heard it here from Nick Bollettieri first. That's it for today from our Southgate crew, where we convene every day with this report. For Nick Bollettieri, I'm Peter Bodo from Tennis.com.